Oh here we go again. People think sewing is just stick fabric together, and boom, you got the cutest outfit ever. Meanwhile, your machine is making noises that sound exactly like it's actively suffering. And the thread has jammed for the fourth time, and my perfectly measured fabric somehow shrunk the second I sew it together. You thought the hardest part would be designing? No, it's threading that needle. Why is it like trying to put a piece of hair through a microscopic hole while your own hands betray you by shaking uncontrollably? And if you're hand sewing, congrats, you just stabbed yourself so many times that your fabric now has DNA evidence. But you guys are so cool. Imagine wearing an outfit you made yourself with your own little hands. Like, what's cooler than that? Let's take the tiniest objects known to mankind and try to assemble them with tools that were clearly designed for someone with laser precision fingers. You think you're about to make a cute necklace? Nope. You're about to drop at least 10 beads, which will instantly teleport to another dimension. And let's not forget jump rings. Why do they require the grip strength of a bodybuilder to open? But the second you actually attach something, they mysteriously loosen on their own. And the wire wrapping. What a fun way to turn your fingers into scorched mess while your elegant swirls end up looking like a tangled phone charger. But I gotta say, like, beads were like my whole personality in 2021, so I have a place in my heart reserved for beads. I love you. And then we have the most advanced, highly sophisticated, totally real-life craft medium, Minecraft. You wanna make a sculpture? Just punch a tree, turn it into planks, turn it into sticks, turn it into a pickaxe, mine some stone, upgrade the pickaxe, mine some iron, smelt it, upgrade again, mine some diamonds, upgrade again, and then you can start building. Or just place dirt blocks in a straight line and call it modern art. Like, I can't even roast this medium because it's so good. I have no words, except that I could roast a movie. Oh, embroidery. You mean hand sewing, but even slower? You poke the needle through the fabric and it refuses to come out where you want it to. One wrong stitch and suddenly your entire design looks like abstract art. And the worst part, unpicking a mistake. You try to remove one tiny thread and somehow 5 others come undone in the process. And let's not forget how every embroidery tutorial is just like, just follow these simple steps, and then BAM! You're expected to paint the Mona Lisa in thread. Also, might be a very unpopular opinion, but this is low-key like a grandma hobby. Would you like some meatballs with that? But if you want to feel like an actual grandma, these are the mediums for you. And yes, I did dare to put these two together. Knitting versus crochet is basically 2 sticks and a thread versus 1 hook and a prayer. The knitting is the ultimate test of patience. When I feel old, start knitting a project. By the time you finish, you have grandkids. You drop 1 stitch and suddenly your whole scarf is unraveling like your will to live. You start knitting a blanket, but halfway through you realize it's the perfect size for a cat. Guess you're making a cat blanket now. Crocheting looks innocent, but somehow every project turns into an unintentional math equation. Increase by 2, chain 4, double crochet. Wait, why do I have 7 extra stitches? Crochet hooks are like tiny shepherd's crooks for lost souls. Because by the time you realize you made a mistake, you're 50 rows in and questioning your existence. Oh, and you finish your crochet project? Great! Now weave all 500,000 loose ends. Have fun! Starts off as a cute idea. I'll just make a little puppet. But the second you attach the eyes, something changes. It no longer looks like a fun art project. It looks like it knows too much. The glue gets all over your hands, the fabric refuses to stay in place, and somehow the final result is either horrifying or cursed beyond belief. Why do puppets always end up looking like they were possessed mid-construction? You think you're about to create something cool, but the second the knife touches the wood, you realize you've massively overestimated your skills. Either the wood is too soft and just crumbles apart, or it's too hard and basically tells you to try harder, weakling. Every tutorial makes it seem like you just shave off a little here and little there, and boom! A masterpiece. Meanwhile, you're sweating bullets, your fingers are one slip away from disaster, and the cute little owl you were carving now looks like a burnt potato. Hope you like sanding, because the second you think you're done, the edges still feel like porcupine.
Konnichiwa!
What if drawing, but with actual fire? Sounds cool until you realize the pen heats up to the temperature of the sun and suddenly you're sweating like you're in a sauna. One shake hand movement and your beautiful design now has a permanent mistake. There's no erasing burned wood. The smell, somewhere between cozy campfire and uh-oh, something's definitely on fire. And let's not forget that every tutorial makes it look like you're just gently pressing and glide, but in reality, the tool either doesn't burn at all or goes full scorched earth mode with no in between. Anyone who uses this medium and loves it, I'm low-key scared of you. Stay away from me. It sounds easy, just cut, glue, and make something cool. But suddenly, there's paper scraps everywhere, glue on your hands, and no matter how much you rearrange the pieces, they never look as good as the idea in your head. You try to make a clean, aesthetic layout, but the glue warps the paper, leaving it with those weird, wrinkly bubbles. You just cut out a perfect shape, somehow it still doesn't fit. And if you dare to sneeze, buy your entire composition. Now it's just chaos on a page. But I have one thing to ask from anyone who likes this medium a lot. How does it feel to have a home filled with a bunch of magazines with cutout images? To me, it sounds like something for hippies who want to feel like one with nature. Sounds wholesome until you realize the nature is not cooperating. You collect some pretty leaves, but by the time you get home, they've already started dying. You try to press them, but now you got a crumbled leaf confetti everywhere and don't even think about using twigs or flowers. They either snap in half or refuse to stay glued. Also, let's not ignore the uninvited guests. You think you brought home some nice materials, but surprise, there's a tiny spider living in your project now. By that point, I would just burn the house down and move to another country. Want to paint but make it dangerous? Grab some bleach. This isn't art, it's a high-risk science experiment. You think you're in control, but then the bleach starts spreading in random directions like it has mind of its own. And the smell, that's just your brain cells dying. You accidentally touch your shirt. Congrats, it's now a custom tie-dye. And don't even try fixing mistakes. There's no undo button, just a slow, tragic realization that you've ruined your fabric forever. It was actually 2 years ago at Christmas when I gave my boyfriend this hoodie that I painted him with bleach, but all I can remember every time I see this hoodie is the smell during the process of making it. It was horrible, but it was definitely worth it. Oh, you're still here? Have a cookie! I want to thank everyone who submitted their ideas, and I am deeply sorry for people who didn't get their ideas involved in the video. Yeah, I still can't fit all of them in one video. What a shocker! Be mad. Cry about it. Cope. Anyway, here is a video you might like of me roasting art mediums if you still haven't seen it. And remember to subscribe and like, that would help me a ton. Stay good, art kiddos, and see you next time. Bye!